Say, hey, all right, I finally got in. Kept telling me that there was issues with the live streaming and everything else. Can everybody hear me? Give me a number one. All right, anybody out there hear me? Give me a number one. How's everybody doing? All right, thank you, JT. Susan Williams, how you doing? Deep P, how you doing? Let's see who's all in here. We'll give this a few minutes here to everybody maybe join in. Jan, nice to see you. Since Blue Diamonds, good morning. How are you? See, give it a few minutes here. So how everybody's doing out there? We'll just talk about something real quick. What's your weather like? Here in Florida this morning, I thought I woke up and I was in the north. It was like 37 degrees and the wind chill was like 33. It was just cold. You could see the frost on the roofs behind my house here. So I know we did get a light frost. Yeah, some of the weather is just incredible right now that's going on around the country. Look at Texas. They're under like winter storm watches and warnings, and they're getting ice storm and everything else. Another good reason to be prepped, because you just never know when this stuff's going to come knocking on your door, wherever you may live. All right, we're getting some more people in here. LB, good to see you. Heather, how you doing? It's cold in North Carolina. Yeah, I kind of figured that. If it's cold down here in Florida, I figured everybody else is probably really cold too. Granny Goose, good to see you. Cold and wet. Is it snow or raining? Oh, Susan, you're getting a wintry mix in Louisiana. Oh, don't like that mixed stuff. That just doesn't go over well. Voodoo Kitchen, how you doing all? Granny Goose is getting rain. Oh. Well, so far today it's sunny. No rain or anything. It's just cold. And we got a northeast wind blowing like 10 to 15. And if you're not in the sun, it's cold by Florida standards. I know a lot of people make fun of people in Florida, but when it gets down that cold, it's cold. Because most of us don't have like winter gear like you do up north, Actually, I don't own a pair of long pants. I have a couple of pair, but most of it's all shorts. Since Blue Diamond, I'm ready for spring. Yeah, I think a lot of people are. It's like once you get through Christmas, does anybody else agree? It's like once you get through that Christmas season and January comes along, you just don't want the snow and the cold and anything else anymore. You just want it to be over and you want to get back to spring and the nice weather. That's how I always felt up north. You get tired of seeing the trees with no leaves or anything on them. All right, let's see if there's anybody else in here. JT, it's cold in the house because we don't use heat, but it's nice outside now. Well, if you have windows and stuff, and if you face the right direction, open up the blinds and stuff, and you'll get some heat through there. LB says, yeah, there's nothing anymore for months now. Snow, gray, leafless trees. Yep, I remember those days. after a while, it gets to you. Voodoo Kitchen, yeah, no winter clothing here. Just layer up a lot. Yep. A lot of people just do that, especially nowadays. If you can't afford heating oil or the extra electric bill or whatever, if you got a wood stove or fireplace or something like that, that's a definite bonus. If you live in an area where maybe you can cut down your own wood and stuff so you don't have to buy it, because the price of wood nowadays is for a cord is really expensive, and it has to be dry, so it's not, it's got a season for a while. Cameron, good to see you. How are you doing today? Let me go back to the chat here. All right, looks like I'm caught up. So Granny Goose is here. Nice to see you. IB, I have a tiny ceramic heater, 350 watt. I sit here with a blanket around me and let the air go inside. Well, hey, that's one way you could do it. I guess, however, you got to stay warm, Susan Williams, I have oak limbs down. People could have. Oh, oak's a good one. Nice hardwood. JT, I have lots of winter clothes, but rarely get to wear them in Florida. Family lives up north, so I keep stuff at their homes, less luggage to drag. Yes, I do agree. I do have stuff that's up north that's at my son's house, different things, boots and stuff like that. So if I do go up there, it's there. I don't have to keep tracking it back and forth. So that is a very good idea to do. Saves you on baggage fees if you're flying, or if you're driving, you don't have to lug it all along. Jonathan Taylor, good morning. How you doing today? So you're going skiing tomorrow in Washington State. Nice. Get out there and hit the slopes. Yeah, Voodoo Kitchen. JT, great idea. Yeah, it really is. If you do have family and friends that, live up north, and if you do travel up there and see them, you never know, you may go in the winter months or something. It's always nice just to, even if you could box it up, if they don't have room in a closet or something. I'll give you a perfect example. My brother-in-law, when he comes down here, I have a dresser drawer in a spare room. The bottom dresser drawer is all his clothes because it's all summertime stuff. So this way here, he doesn't have to bring anything down, and he just gets on a plane, flies down, no luggage, no nothing, and everything's right here. So, I mean, it works perfectly. JT, maybe you should go skiing. Since Blue Diamond, the only winter clothes I have are sweatpants and a winter coat. I have yet to wear. Haven't wore a coat since 2012. I do have a winter coat. It's a leather winter coat because I wasn't getting rid of it. I paid a lot of money for it. So, but I haven't wore it down here. Usually, a long sleeve Ron John shirt, as you all probably have seen me wear and everything. I put that on and throw on just like a light little weight jacket or something if I'm going down by the beach, because you go down there and the winds are really blowing, so for those cool mornings, once the sun comes up, it's usually pretty nice once you get past like 11 o'clock. Yarn Prepper, hey, good to see you. All right, well, that's fine. Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to the winner. I picked the winner, and we'll get to that at the end of the live stream and everything. I got a few things I want to talk about, and hopefully not take up everybody's time too much today. I know it's a Sunday and people, you usually have things you got to get done when you got to go back to work on Monday. Susan Williams, we were 28 last night. Ooh, that's below freezing. Rhonda, good to see you. How are you doing today? Yarn prepper. You're thrifting. Are you like going out to like the thrift stores and stuff like that? Is that what you hit up and check for some really great deals and stuff? I mean, that's that's a good thing to do. I mean, down here in Florida, the Goodwill is they always have some really good stuff, and some of the stores down here are huge. It's like going to a department store, so you can find all kinds of stuff. Ivy Roots said, I moved to San Jose years ago for a few. People thought 35 to 40 was freezing, was hilarious. Long sleeve t-shirt weather. Yep. When I first moved down here, I've been in Florida, I think 7, 8 years, somewhere in that area. But my first year down here, it was just like, I didn't put nothing on as far as long sleeves. Everything was short sleeve shirts or cutoff shirts, shorts, and flip-flops or sandals. And people would look at me like I was crazy. But that's how we also pick out the Northerners. It's very easy to do once you've lived here a while. Susan Williams, 25 tonight. Ron Pepper, Goodwill. Yeah, that's a really good store. We actually donate a lot of stuff, to the Goodwill. I think it's a great organization. They turn around and, they sell it to, help out. They do so much. It's just incredible. And, you can go in there. Give you an example. 2 years ago, I got the good old letter in the mail that I got selected for jury duty in the federal court in Orlando. And you had to wear a suit. Well, I don't wear suits. So what did I do? I went to Goodwill. I picked out a suit jacket, a shirt, button-up shirt, a tie, pants, and a pair of shoes. And I paid $27.68. I only needed it to go to court. So now it hangs in the closet in case I ever do get called again to go. So I have it. But for the price, you couldn't go wrong. 16 windshield. Woof. Yes, JT, I think I agree too. Me and my wife have been talking about that. Actually, today we're in the middle of taking down all the Christmas stuff and packing that all away. And that all goes out in the garage into totes and things of that nature. And we got looking around and it's just like, okay, time to clean house again. It's you keep some things, sentimental things and stuff like that. But if it's stuff that you haven't used or anything for over a year or longer and it's in these totes, well, time to get rid of it and make more room for more stuff you want to buy. Reminds me of my cousin Vinny. Julie, good to see you. Good morning, everybody. As a Canadian, I stand with all Americans who believe in free speech and the right to defend yourselves. Well, it's a good thing. Thank you. We appreciate that. Between the United States and Canada, we've always had a pretty good rapport. I mean, considering that, our borders butt up against each other for the longest period of any around the United States of our border system. Mexico is very small compared to, Canada is the whole Northeast or the whole North. So there's a lot of area that butts up to Canada. All right, Yarn Pepper, time to shop. You have a good time shopping. Hopefully you get some good deals. Rhonda, yeah, it was a great investment at Goodwill. I mean, at first I was going to go and pick out a suit and stuff. And, I think it was like Kohl's or something like that. And the price it was going to cost me. And my wife's like, let's go to Goodwill. And it never dawned on me. And that's where we ended up. And boom, found everything I need. Everything fit. I was happy. And luckily showed up, never got called, sat there for a day, got paid for it from work, and drove home. And at least they were nice enough to let us out of there by 3:30 if you weren't called. And that way there, I got home and out of Orlando before all the traffic. James, good to see you. How you doing today? All right, Yarn Pepper, you have a great day too. Julie says 27 here. And with the wind chilled, it feels like 21. Last night was only 19. I felt much colder in Southwest or Ontario, Canada. We are on lockdown since December 26th at 12:01. Yeah, there's a lot of places that are unfortunately on lockdown again, especially in other countries and stuff. California is another big one. I guess they're all on lockdown. I know my brother lives in Barstow, and unfortunately, some of him in the family there have tested positive for the COVID-19. So they're all under quarantine and everything else, but they're all doing fine. So thank God for that. And but I guess it's just a mess out there. Okay. Well, I just got a couple of things that I want to talk about real quick. We've already talked about the weather and stuff, and how it's a great way for everybody needs to be prepared. The weather thing is just a huge thing, and I do have a video coming out this week talking about some of the different things and everything else that people need to be prepared for now in 2021. So look for that video. That'll be out this week. I do cover that section. But the whole weather thing is it can take people by surprise, because believe it or not, there are a lot of people out there that just don't pay attention to the weather and what's going on until they wake up and look out the window, and then it's just like, whoa, what happened? And they get ice or 2 feet of snow, or they're getting a blizzard, whatever it may be. Especially right now being wintertime, most of the storms and stuff are usually the bad weather part. Unless you're in the deep south, you get rain and you might get some thunderstorms. Tornadoes are not out of the question this time of year. It just depends on if the conditions and everything are right. They can happen. But the whole weather thing is you just have to, it's one of those things you have to pay attention to, depending on where you live, especially if you live in a mountain range or something like that. You need to know what's going on. Something else that I want to talk about is I made a couple of little notes here just so I didn't forget. Still new to this whole live stream thing, so I'm trying to get comfortable doing it and making sure that everything's working right. Had a little issue this morning. Apologize for that, but that's YouTube for you. Making sure your preps are topped off with what is coming. Everybody needs to, just make sure that everything is topped off. If you need to go to the store and purchase some extra things, extra canned goods, extra dry goods, anything like that, there's just so much uncertainty going on. I'm not going to get into the whole political thing. You probably won't see me get into the whole political thing on any of my live streams. If you want to know more about a lot of that stuff, basically, you can either go on the website, go on YouTube channels. There's a lot of channels that talk about it. Or if you want to go to the media, find your channel that you like and go with it. But it just gets old. And I'm going to try to start staying away from all the political stuff and talk about the stuff that everyone needs to be doing in the meantime. So With that being said, there's so many different threats of different types of things that could be happening here in the near future. So it's a good time to really sit back and make sure that you're looking into your preps and making sure that they're topped off. And if you haven't started prepping, you're running out of time to really put back that, if you wish, even have a couple of weeks supply of, your basic food necessities and that type of thing to get you through something, depending on what type of outcome we end up with by the end of this month. And then we also have the whole Charlie Victor 19 that is still going on, still ramping up. It's there's just a whole mess that is out there. And for anybody that's new to prepping, or for even you seasoned preppers, you always want to make sure that you're always taking, an adequate count on your stock as far as your food supplies goes. Now, you also want to make sure that you're rotating all that kind of stuff too. So you want to make sure that you're using the oldest first and the freshest is always in the back. It's the same principle as, if you worked in a grocery store, that's how they stock the shelves. That's why a couple of my videos I talk about, always reach back to the back and check one of the cans in the back if you can. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's a pain in the neck. But if you can, you may find dates that are even more than a year out than what you are looking at in the front of the aisle on the shelf. So you might get something that's going to last a little bit longer. One thing that you really want to make sure that you're doing when you're going through your preps and everything else, or if you're just starting prepping, is you also want to make sure that, you're buying things that you and your family are going to eat. A very easy way to do any of this kind of stuff is just to sit back and actually make a list. Do it for 1 week. Make a list of everything that you use as far as any type of thing, paper products, toilet paper, paper towels, paper plates, and make a list of the food you eat and everything else. And then you can start building a supply kit, at least a 2-week supply to start off with, based on all those products that you used in that 1 week. So it's kind of like a trial, and then you just make a note of everything that you have used. And it's, pretty basic. Let's look in the chat real quick here. See if I've mentioned James Davis, how are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. A little chilly this morning, but other than that, I'm doing pretty good. That's a good morning to have a hot cup of coffee. Susan Williams, vitamin C, D, zinc, plenty of liquids, and plenty of rest. Yes, my brother and his family, I believe, they're pretty well set on a lot of different things. He's an ex-serviceman, so I'm pretty sure he knows how to take care of himself. James Davis, I've got COVID. I'm doing good. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. There's so many different when you start talking about the amount of people that have died from this whole thing, it's just saddening. It makes you speechless. A lot of people just can't fathom that number. We know some people up north that have passed away from that. And it's just sad, and they weren't old. They were in their 30s. One was in their 40s, and they got it. And it just got really bad, I guess. And I don't know. It's just a sad situation. It really is. Susan Williams, looking forward to planting a garden. Have you started buying your seeds and stuff yet, Susan? Did you get your seeds already, or chocolate? Susan, JT, chocolate, chocolate, chocolate cures any illness. Okay, well, I love chocolate too, so I'll have to agree with that. Have a stash. Yes. Let's go on down through here. Rhonda says, we always make a list and like the idea of a 2 week supply. A 2 week supply is where you want to start. You know, if you go onto even the government's website, they state that um, everybody should have an emergency food supply, basically kit, survival kit, however you want to put it. They say that, a 3 day supply. Did I say 3 weeks? I'm not sure, but 3 days. They want you to have a 3 day supply. Now, 3 days, okay, it might work for 3 days, but you want to start with a 2 week supply, period. Because 3 days, depending on the situation or whatever it may be, it's going to go fast. And then what do you do? So at least if you got 2 weeks, that buys you time to make decisions and, you know, plan on a different way, or if you have to leave, get you to a safe place, make sure that you have the food and water are the two main things that you want to make sure that you always have. Everything else that goes along with prepping, and we all talk about having survival gear, first aid, and everything else. Yes, first aid probably should be up there, but you have to have food and water to survive. Water is your number one thing that you need to survive. The body can go longer without food than it can without water. So water, and some way to ensure that you are getting a clean, drinkable water, or water to use for cooking, whether it be a Life Straw, a Sawyer Mini, whatever it may be, you got to make sure that you have water. That's the number one thing. Food is next. If food is next, and then you can, if you have to break it down, you just have to remember your serving sizes. Now, this is a big thing that I think a lot of people tend to forget if it's an emergency situation, is you want to break that down into serving sizes. It's not a buffet, if you want to put it that way. You are surviving. Survival mode kicks in, and you have to base everything off of your serving sizes. What you can actually serve each person, and make sure there's enough to go around to get them basically the nutrition that they need to keep going. And you have to have water to survive. Says Blue Diamonds, I need a few non-food items, but always add food every chance I get. Yes, you're always looking for that great deal. Even if you go to the store, or you're going in there to pick up a loaf of bread and a gallon of milk or something, most stores have all these kind of great, buy one, get ones up front, or this type of stuff. Just take a glance and look. And if it's something, you just pick it up, you know? See here, Harvey Black. Hey, how you doing? Multivitamins and clear liquids. IB kept me grounded last time the power went out for an extended time. Yes. Yeah, sometimes with the allergies, JT, you just don't know. I mean, it does. It kind of freaks you out a little bit because you're like, okay, what am I getting? What do I have? You know, the whole nine yards. And then it just ends up being some allergies. And if you take an allergy pill or something, and all of a sudden it just went away. Especially down here right now. It gets so dry and everything else. Um, any little thing that's blowing around, if you do have allergies, can bother you. Homestead, I see you're here. Welcome. I bought an air fryer with a dehydrator setting. Looking forward to trying it out. Oh, you'll have to let us know how that works. My wife has mentioned something about getting an air fryer, but I have a dehydrator. But that would be pretty cool if it had that feature in it also. RV Black, I do definitely agree. In the stressful times, you need good nutrition. Yes, you got to feed the mind. This way, here you are making good decisions. When your body starts to get hungry, you make bad decisions. It's a proven fact. You have to have that nutrition to make sure you keep your mind as sharp as possible, especially in an emergency type situation. Very good point. All right. So just going back to the chats here, people. IB, looks like the wife was reading the flyer last Friday and saw that these great deals. We took off immediately since they ran out last night. Saved over $50 and great stuff. Oil, flour, number 10 cans, etc. Hey, that's a great thing. Survival Living's here? Did he sneak in? Oh, good morning, Survival Living. Thanks for joining in. Look at this. My first live stream, I had AP. He stopped in. I got Survival Living in here. He's another one that I owe a lot to, and that I appreciate everything that he's done for my channel and has helped me out. Yeah, I know I get rambling on, and I must have missed you jump in. I'm trying to catch up on the chat. I'm all new to this. I'll get it all down. Practice makes perfect, right, people? Oh, sends blue diamonds. Only limits we have on our household items, none on food, thankfully. Well, that's a good thing. Yeast a pound in the freezer and powdered milk. Yes, I would say store your extra yeast and stuff in the freezer does extend the life of the yeast longer than if you just had it in a container or something in your pantry or something like that. I vacuum pack. I do have I bought some of the big blocks, and those are in the freezer. The little packets that you buy at the store, I use my vacuum sealer, and I put those in there, vacuum seal them, then I put them in the freezer. Don't know how that actually helps or not, but I just figure if air can't get to something, it's got to be a good thing to do. Yeah, Survival Living, you were at your birthday party there with your family and stuff. And happy birthday, by the way. I did wish you a happy birthday on your one of your live streams that you did there. I hope you did have a great birthday, though. Hope you enjoyed time with the family. That's always very important. IB, yes, great reminder. Need more powdered milk. Yes, I agree. I mean, with the powdered milk, if you take the powdered milk and if you make a half gallon or whatever you make, and if you put a little bit of sugar in it, it actually makes it a little bit better, and it tastes not like what you would buy at the store, but pretty darn close. So for people that are against powdered milk, I would suggest trying a little bit of sugar in it, and it makes it a little bit more tolerable is a good word. Because some people are just powdered milk, nope, they just won't drink it or whatever else. But if you don't have it, it's something good to have on hand, because you might need it to bake with or do whatever, you know. Survival living. The live streams get easier to navigate, and the more you do it, brother, you're doing awesome. Yeah, I kind of figured that. It was just like when I started off doing videos and stuff, it was kind of overwhelming. You're so worried about, doing everything perfect and not making mistakes. And then you finally just go with it, and it is what it is. You just run with what you got. And, I try not to put on like a front and just want to be myself, Granny Goose, see that you're here. Nice to see you. Dollar Tree shelf, cartons of milk. Jan, my family says I could squeeze a penny till it bleeds. Well, that's a good thing. I mean, you take that penny and make it stretch as far as you can, especially nowadays. Crazy Backyard Chicken, how you doing? Powdered milk is expensive. Might as well buy a milking cow. Well, if you have a place to do that, that would probably be a great idea, because then you can get milk and cream and butter and everything else. And if you have the land, the cows can eat off the grass and everything. So it's another good thing. A goat would be good too. Fortunately, I don't have that luxury or the area to do it. I don't think the homeowners association would really appreciate me throwing a cow in the backyard. IB, yes, I have tons of evaporated and condensed. Cream of wheat, etc. for easy cooking. Yep, I do have the evaporated and the condensed. I do keep that in my my pantry. IB, powdered eggs. I haven't invested in the powdered eggs yet. Maybe somebody out there could tell me a good brand to buy. They do run a little expensive, so I'm kind of hesitant of buying something that I really don't know too much about. I mean, yeah, you can read reviews and things like that, but if somebody out there in the community knows something about powdered eggs, or you've tried a brand, hey, throw it out there. I'm game on that one. Granny Goose, you can make your own dry milk. Well, that'd be interesting. I didn't know that. Mountain House. Yeah, I like Mountain House. I do have quite a bit of Mountain House stuff. But thanks, IB. I'll have to look into that. JT, if you vacuum seal powdered milk, it can last 20 years. I also vacuum seal Coffee Mate, and I verify that 5 years past the best by date tastes the same. Well, that's a good idea. I'll have to, because I do have the powdered Coffee Mate that I do have, and right now it's in its regular containers. I just recently stocked up and bought some, because after Charlie Victor 19 came through, a lot of that stuff went poof. It was just gone off the shelves, and I finally found it. I think I actually got it at Publix is where I found it first. And so I bought some to put, in my stockpile. So I was kind of wondering how I was going to do that, but thanks for the tip, JT. Survival living, zoom, brother. I've got a lot of emails. I got an address this morning. You're doing awesome and love the green screen action. I got the green screen from you, Survival Living. I wanted to try something. I was looking for something different and everything else, and I have limited space. And it's a I don't know, 10 by 10 room maybe. And I love what you were doing with them. I haven't really got into all the special effects stuff. I'm still trying to. You got to get the lighting down. So that's what I'm working on right now, is to get the lighting right exactly where I need it, and then I'm going to run with it from there. But I love the videos and stuff you've been putting out, brother. They've been really great, really cool, especially your short little movies. But thanks for stopping in and taking the time. I really do appreciate it, and thank you again for everything you've done for my channel. Crazy backyard chicken. What did people do before? Milk, water, and beer, or water and wine and beer. True. They've been drinking wine and water for ages, if you think about it. Jan, I don't like powdered eggs, but I do have some raw egg crystals in LT storage for baking to conserve my fresh eggs for eating. Now, I have seen some videos and stuff on where people take like the silicone ice trays and they put their eggs, crack their eggs and put them in there and then freeze them. And then they have, I guess, fresh eggs. I'm not sure exactly how long those will last in a freezer. I haven't tried that yet. I've thought about it, and just to see, like put them in there for like 30 days, do like 3 trays, a 30-day, a 60-day, and a 90-day tray, and see what happens. Because I don't know. Okay, JT, Susan Williams, they have them at Costco. I buy ours from Augustin Farm through Walmart.com or Amazon. It takes a long time to use it, but I can. Oh. You put a silver dollar in it to keep them sworn. Homestead says, been buying a lot of powdered milk every time I go, and a few canned stuff to put back. Don't forget about your fur babies. We just bought our first. Oh, you got a horse. Nice. JT says that she uses powder eggs all the time for baking. Love the nutty smell. Wow. Maybe I'll have to try that. Survival living. Dude, always got the chance. Yes, backlighting is key. Look at the 3-point lighting. It will help. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Homestead said, putting a video on my air fryer dehydrator soon on my channel. Well, I'll have to go over to your channel and check that out. Granny Goose, yes, you can freeze eggs. You can also make your own powdered eggs. I haven't tried either method, but know others who have. I don't have the time to try it myself. Yeah, finding time to do some of this stuff is that's the biggest thing. Like I work Monday through Friday, and then you get the weekends. Then I'm, trying to put together content and everything else, and then, you shoot the content. And then I have to, edit and everything. So I spend a lot of time doing that. Then there's other things that I have to take care of too on the weekends. So it gets pretty hectic. Susan Williams, 1 year, you pop out in freezer bags. Take farm fresh eggs, place them in a silicone baking tray, place in freezer. This is JH. This is his comment. Then remove the tray and store in vacuum sealed bags, and they will make well for baking or scrambled eggs. Okay, JH, I have a question. How long do you think those will last in the freezer? Jam, my sister freezes her eggs. I have limited freezer space, so can't freeze them. Yes. And then, with the whole trying to find like small freezers and stuff, it was just, crazy. Oh, Yarn Prepper's back. No luck. You must have been looking for something in particular and you just couldn't find it. That's okay. So you go back next week. That's a cool thing with going, when you go like to Goodwill or, any of those type of stores and stuff, they're always getting stuff in constantly. So you never know what you're going to find. Yeah. If you have, Jan says, she's got chickens and they're laying, fresh eggs. I mean, that's just the way to go. There's nothing better. I used to drive down. There's a little flea market, not really a flea market, more like a farm stand, I want to say. And I used to get fresh farm eggs down there, and I haven't done it in a while. And I got to start doing it again because there's nothing like having just plain fresh eggs. There's a huge difference. And sometimes you could score duck eggs. They're real small, but boy, are they delicious. Oh, you talked yourself out what you had in your car. Decided maybe you're just going to wait. Sometimes that's very hard to do. Homestead, okay, I sure will post a video soon. Could. Oh, Josh Connor, how you doing today? Nice to see you stop in. Good morning. Quail eggs. Yes, quail eggs are a very nice, very, very, very nice delicacy. Oh, yes, I have had those once. And wow. If nobody's tried them, if you ever can find them or you go someplace and they offer those, you want to try them. JT, I have to do that when I go to the Dollar Tree. But is your cart like cram full? But if you count the amount of items you're putting in there, you know exactly how much it's going to be. Jan, my hens don't lay in the fall and early winter. I give them a break and don't force them to lay by giving them extra light and laying pallets. Well, that's kind of cool. I mean, everybody wants a break from something, James Davis, I work at Dollar Tree and I also raise quail. Wow, that's nice. Good for you, James. That's really cool, man. I buy fresh eggs for grocery store. JH, I always had second guess myself and tried to window shop with online and then remove items before checkout. Yeah. You see something, you throw it in there and everything. And then when you get to the checkout, you're like, okay, I really need this or really don't I need this? Yes, Aldi's is a really good place to shop. I mean, they have some really good deals and their prices are very reasonable. Very reasonable. I agree with you, Yarn Prepper. Yeah, you can get some really good deals at Homestead at Dollar Tree. I mean, you have to go in and look around. I mean, you can find some really good stuff. It's one of those stores where you have to go in and shop around, walk up and down the aisles because you never know what you'd find. They always got stuff hanging here or hanging there or whatever. You might find some really good deals, especially for any type of prepping, survival, anything of that nature. I mean, if you can pick something up for $1 that can get you through, it's a lot better than spending full price for it at, Wally World or Target or, Amazon. JT, if I worked at Dollar Tree, I'd spend my whole paycheck. You probably still ended up low on money. They'd tell you you'd have to work overtime. Susan Williams, no Aldi's here. Well, that's I mean, I don't know exactly if there is an Aldi's even close by or close in another town or something. I have found since I have started prepping and everything, really seriously prepping, and once I started my YouTube channel, which has been over a year now, that sometimes you have to drive maybe to other cities, or whatever it may be, to find the stores you're looking for or the products. You get closer into a more bigger area where there's more people. Some of the stores, even if it's the same store you have, they probably keep them stocked a lot more, and they have more products to offer than a smaller store in a smaller town. So sometimes, yeah, you got to do that drive, and to succeed at your shopping, to make sure that you're getting what it is you're looking for, that you want to put up in your preps, anything really, but sometimes you got to do that drive. You can't order everything online, because you just won't get the great deals, especially when you're dealing with food products, that you're going to get if you can physically walk into the store. I got one other thing I would just want to talk about real quick, and well, actually, there's two little things. The first one is kind of a basic thing, and this is more for a lot of people that are up north and dealing with a lot of the cold weather, the ice and the snow and everything else, these bad storms that are rolling across. You always want to make sure. That's why I said you need to pay attention to the weather in the very beginning of this video. But you always want to make sure that you keep your car topped off with fuel. Either your car, your pickup, either fuel, diesel, whatever it is you may use. When bad weather and stuff's rolling in, you always want to make sure that you got a full tank of gas. For one, it helps keep the moisture down in the tank. And for two, you have the security knowing that if something happens and you have to, say you try going to work, well, say you get stranded on the side of the road, at least you can have your car running and keep warm until somebody can come help you out, rescue you, or anything else. One thing you have to really remember is if you do ever get stranded in snow, for you people that don't know this, you have to get out and you have to clean off the exhaust pipe out in the back, and you have to keep that clear of snow if you're going to run your vehicle, because the carbon monoxide will build up inside the car and you leave your window cracked just a little bit. And rather than that, if you do those things, you'll be just fine. But making sure that your gas is topped off, or maybe your extra gas cans, in your house, because you don't know. Maybe you've got a generator. You can always use the gas and dump it into your vehicle afterwards. It's not like it's a waste. It's just a security. You know what I mean? And one other quick tip, with everything that's been going on and everything else, that I would urge everybody out there that is in this community and everything, over the next few weeks, really keep tabs on what's going on in your own local area, with all the different threats and everything that we've been hearing about. And you see it on social media, you see it on YouTube, you see it on the TV, and everybody's talking about this. So just keep tabs on what's going on in your local area. Hopefully, maybe if you live in a small town or something, you won't have any issues. If you live in a major city, then you may want to just, watch your back. As a prepper, you don't really want to put yourself in a dangerous situation. You want to try to avoid the dangerous situations. That's the whole key of survival. You're not playing the role of Arnold Schwarzenegger and you're rushing in and playing Rambo alongside. You want to stay back and, if you wish, watch the show, but don't get involved, because you just don't want to put yourself into those predicaments, because something may happen that you don't have control over, and you don't want to get hurt, injured, killed, or anything like that. So I would just advise everybody over the next few weeks with everything that's going on is just really pay attention to what's going on around you and basically watch your back. Just saying. Just a little safety note. I don't want anything to happen to anybody in the community or anybody watching this video or anything else. We all have to stick together. And, I feel that it's something that I wanted to bring up about, just paying attention. It's a good time to take the blinders off if you're one of those kind of people that you really just don't want to have to, you don't want to listen to it, you don't watch it or anything else, but you need to be aware of some of the things that's going on. So we're coming up on almost an hour here. So let me just go through this little chat because I do have the winner of the Gear Light S1000. And let me just go through the chat, see if I've missed anything. JH, I haven't pressure cooked, but I have started pressure canning. That's something that I really got to look into because I'd like to start doing that. My grandmother was the queen of pressure canning, the whole 9 yards. She could do anything. But my mom does some. Actually, my daughter does some. But I've never really dabbled in it myself. Tractor Supply, feed stores, love them. Yes. Julie, good to see you. Don't know if I said hi to you. Okay, she says, Homestead Simple Living. Just a day in our life. If you're looking for canning help, check out North Shore Preparedness. Sean puts out videos on pressure canners, etc. Well, that's good to know. Maybe we'll have to check that out. I'll tell you another good one, Homestead Simple Living. If you're looking for some really good canning videos and things of that nature, go to Alaskan Prepper, AP's channel. He does do quite a few videos on canning products. And he cans meat and everything. On to pegging. Stocking popcorn is a good idea. You can even plant it to grow more. Popcorn is the same plant as feed corn or eating corn. All popcorn is non-GMO. That's something good to know. Last me a year or more. I'm just by myself. All right, folks. As we're rolling up on an hour right here, are we all ready to find out who is the winner of my first giveaway product, the Gear Light S1000? Are you guys ready? Give me a number one. Come on. Everybody ready? You guys ready to find out? Well, before I announce this, I want everybody to know I emailed Alaskan Prepper and I asked him because I wanted this all to be fair and on the up and up. I didn't want people to think that I'm just picking somebody's name from the chat or from the comment section and everything else. So he did give me his the app that he does use on his computer. And so this here is I plug in my video. Basically how it works, I plug in my video and I put in, the video address. I hit, it's for YouTube, and I hit find winner, and it goes through all the comments, and then it pops out the winner. So all my giveaways and stuff will all be done the same way that he does his. This way here, it's all fair and balanced, and I'm not the one picking it or anybody else. It's all picked by the computer. So, with furthermore, and I don't think he is in here, but the winner of the Gear Light S1000 from my first giveaway is Michael Berry. You are the winner. So Michael Berry, what I need you to do is I'll put a link, should be already in there, but I'll make sure the link is in this video, in the description, to my email address, which is survivalpreparedness69@gmail.com. I need you to email me your address, and then I will get this product out to you. I will probably not get it out until next Saturday when I'm off, because I work Monday through Friday. The post office is closed today. So I will get it in the mail to you next Saturday. So I need you to email me, Michael Berry, and I will go back through the video and find your comment, and I will comment on it, make sure that telling you that you are the winner, because I don't believe that you're in here. I didn't see you. So, but I will get a hold of you. And I thank everybody. Thank you, everybody, for commenting on that video. And there's a lot of great comments. And that's what it's all about, folks. You know, I'm going to start having more giveaways. Still getting everything down. How am I going to do this? I need to set up a post office box. That's one thing that I do have to get done. And then we'll take it all from there. But you will start seeing more giveaways from my channel. I'm still just blown away about how everything is kind of taken off, and how far I've come from the very beginning. You know, a lot of you, if you're not creators, you don't know the feeling that you get. You get the feeling that you do have those times where, you know, it's up and down. You know, you get discouraged and everything else, and then all of a sudden it's just like everything starts clicking and everything comes together. And thanks to all of you out there, I am where I am. I'm slowly just keep growing, and I appreciate everybody out there that likes my videos, you know, gives me a thumbs up, for sharing my videos and my content. That leaves means a lot to me. I think a lot of it can help out a lot of different family members and friends and whatever you may have, you know. But that's the whole idea of this whole thing, is we're a community, and we're here to stick together, and we're here to grow, and we're here to learn. And I look forward to doing more videos on different subjects and everything. And I hope that everybody chimes in and puts in your 2 cents worth. That's what I really want. I don't want it all to be me. I want everybody to participate in what is taking place in this community on my channel. So thank you for everybody. JH, I totally agree. He says, helping one another, teaching one another, and being kind to one another will get you ahead in life. Amen. I'm sorry. That is point blank the God's honest truth. LB, don't listen to any haters. They will come. They don't matter. Yeah, I've already had a few of those. I've had a couple of trolls that keep trolling me around and everything else. I kind of have a little fun with them, maybe just to try to aggravate them a little. And then I end up just blocking them and be done with it. I did get that, Survival Living talked about, the trolls and, people that are out there just to, they're jealous. They've got like 2 subscribers and they think that they should have, 1,000 or whatever. And you're right. They're out there, but I try not to let them bother me. Sometimes I try to have fun with them. So if you see me arguing back and forth with a certain type person like that is always I don't know what the good word I want to really use. We'll keep this kids friendly. How's that? Um, but I mean, I'll take so much, and then I'm just going to let you have it. I mean, I can turn the other cheek a little bit, but I don't turn too far. I'm a big guy, and I don't go for that. These people that think they know it all, and I've had these people. I had one guy that wrote out this huge long thing. I know you guys want to go, but I had this one guy that kept writing out these huge long things on all my videos. And it was just like, you don't know what you're talking about. You need to do it this way, this way, this way, this way. And finally I asked the guy, I said, maybe with all the knowledge that you do have, maybe you should start your own channel. I said, wait, you have your own channel. Let me check it out. And he only had like 5 subscribers, and he didn't even have a video. I don't know. And then after that, I blocked the guy, and I was done with it. But it is what it is, but everybody out there, you stay safe. I'm going to try to do my live streams on Sundays around 11, if that works for everybody. This way here, because I have to either do it on Saturday or Sunday. So I figured Sunday would be really good. I'm hoping that that's a good time for people. We can play it by ear if we need to change it around a little bit. I don't know. Depending on where you live, I don't want people to have to, try to get out of bed or whatever, the time changes and everything. So, but look for my live streams. They'll be on Sundays around 11 a.m. on Sunday mornings. And I look forward to doing more live streams, communicating with everybody that's out there. Thank you all for jumping in and showing up and spending a little bit of your Sunday morning with me. I am Survival Preparedness for Beginners, and I hope that everyone out there stays safe, keep prepping, and make sure that you're watching your back. We'll end on that note. So thank you all. Michael Berry, you are the winner. You need to contact me. survivalpreparedness69@gmail.com. Give me a shout out. I got something for you. All right. Catch you all on the next live stream next Sunday, 11 a.m. You all have a great day. Hope you have a great week too. Stay positive. Stay prepping. See you later.